Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have a little bit of a fun topic to go and show you guys over here. Number one, we get to go and show you guys some cool gameplay, and number two, we get to go and talk about something special that I think PlayStation is trying to go and push. So let's go and talk about some crazy cool stuff over here in the background with a little bit of Astro Bot over here. So, hi. When it comes to PlayStation, we've had a little bit of an intriguing thing where a lot of people are kind of expecting certain games. They've been kind of waiting for that next absolute banger game and kind of saying that this year is a little bit on the drier side when it comes to games and games as a whole. And I will go and be honest, on both Xbox, the Switch, and PlayStation, games have been, well, somewhat dry. But this is why this is a little bit on the fun side. Right now, as we go and see Astro Bot in the background over here, and Honor, thank you so much for MK Ice as well for this, but it's like, it's a fun game. It's something that people are not usually expecting too much of, and platformers are not usually the bread and butter when it comes to PlayStation. I think a lot of people usually would align that more towards Nintendo. So I think throughout this video, we're going to talk about the fact that not everything has to be some crazy $500 million cinematic masterpiece, and sometimes just playing old games is all you kind of need. So subscribe if you guys want to enjoy the video itself, and of course, let me know if you guys have played or will pick up Astro Bot yourself. So as I mentioned, right now we're in a weird spot. A lot of people are kind of waiting for the PlayStation 5 Pro, waiting for GTA 6, Monster Hunter, but we haven't had any of those really big first-party games come out, at least for quite some time. We got a War, we had Spider-Man, we had like Horizon, but right now there's a lot of barrenness when it comes to gaming as a whole. And I think that's where a lot of people are kind of drawing issues with it, because we're expecting these like $700 million games or games that take 10 years for development, instead of trying to go and foster and get brand new IPs that are focused on something called, believe it or not, fun. And I feel like fun is a word that these big video game companies just decide to ignore for whatever reason. And if you guys have ever played old school games like, let's say, Kingdom Hearts, as we haven't played World of Warcraft, those games have a somewhat inherent goofiness built into it that lets people just enjoy themselves. Take your mind off the game. Not everything has to be a political statement. Not everything has to be hard. Not everything has to go and be a crazy cinematic masterpiece that takes 18 different screenwriters and Academy Award winners to go and somehow create a story, or just someone who's just trying to go and, beat up some zombies at the end of the day. And that's why I want to say a little special shout out, I guess, for Astro Bot. Now, we've had a little bit of a weird stint when it comes to PlayStation. Concord itself did not do that well. Cost like $200 million, was dead on arrival, and as of right now, everything is basically getting refunded. As of today, the servers are offline. But on the reverse side, we also saw Helldivers, which actually sold very well, and people really enjoyed it. At least in the initial rush where people were pretty excited about it, now it's kind of faltered off from a little bit of controversy and issues and, once again, the non-fun stuff. They're trying to nerf guns in a random PvE game. Makes no sense. And that's why it's kind of excited to go and see Astro Bot, because right now this is one of the most highest rated games we've had a chance to go and showcase in quite some time. If you guys look at the PlayStation reviews themselves, 4.97 global rating percentage. That is insanely high. But as well, even looking at other things such as Metacritic, we have things over here too where all these major games are mostly PlayStation games. Square Enix obviously aside, because it will come to PC probably at some point, but Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, a 92% on Metascore, Astro Bot, a 94% on Metascore, and of course Elden Ring 2 as well, obviously at 95. Funny enough, Astro Bot, I believe, actually has even moved up ever since then. And this is where I think a lot of video games are missing. The idea of having fun. The idea of making something that people will enjoy and want to share and tweet about in a unique, different experience. Now, platformers are a little bit strange. We've had, Ratchet and Clank, which did relatively well, and obviously no one can really compete with Mario at the end of the day. But this is just a fun, goofy game. You can see the love, you can see the soul, you can see the action from everything in this video of the game itself. You have fun little cute puzzles, you have random gameplay in the background, you have shining lights, you have things to collect, like every environment looks a bit different, but the gameplay is fun. It's happy. Like, you go play this game, you're going to end up kind of being happy. It's fun, goofy colors and little bots, and then trying to go make a brand new IP. And that once again kind of stems back to a big topic these past few weeks, where I like this. I like the idea where I play a game and I'm happy. I have a chance to play some puzzles, and it's kind of a no-issue game, where I don't have to be worried about God of War having to go and fight everyone. I've been playing myself Wukong. Phenomenal game. Love it. But it's a stressful game. I can spend like 5 hours on a boss. Not to spoil you guys, but if you guys ever got to the centipede, that took me like 2 days to go and beat. Granted, maybe like 5 hours total, which is still kind of long, but not every video game has to be this extremely stressful experience like Elden Ring nowadays, or all these other various IPs. Sometimes you want to have fun, and that kind of goes back to what I've been doing recently. I know it's kind of stems a little bit weird when it comes to Astro Bot, but everyone's been loving the game. It's a good, to-the-point platformer game with brand new IPs. It's cutesy, it's fun, has a lot of cool different levels. Animations are good, it runs very smoothly, and is pretty much what you want to have in a game. Now, it's not necessarily Mario, but it is PlayStation's Mario. And I've been playing a lot of World of Warcraft. Been doing the brand new expansion, been leveling a Frost Mage with my buddy, and we were running dungeons, heroic dungeons. And the only reason why I bring it up, because I'm sure people are going to roast me in the comment section down below for being a WoW nerd right now, is that it was fun. Like, I'm playing a random dungeon over there, and I basically have to go get in a minecart dropping bombs against a huge, massive monster that we fight later in the dungeon to do a little bit extra damage and run away. And then at the very tail end, our minecart hits a stop. We fly across the entire map, and then our entire minecart breaks, where we have to go light candles now then to go through a dungeon. And I think that's why people like World of Warcraft. It's just a fun, goofy, really like silly game, like a D&D type style game where the gameplay is focused on being fun. Now, some people may like MMOs, some people may not. But that's why there's things like this, where the game looks phenomenal. It looks good. And this is the kind of the bigger topic, is that PlayStation kind of took a good risk. I think they're kind of switching things up, and they're kind of, at least for this game, focusing on what people really want, is a fun gaming experience where it doesn't have to be $500 million in a Marvel game every other second, where sometimes just trying something new and goofing around and having fun, whether it's a platformer or not. This is where you can kind of go build those lifelong games that people really enjoy. Think about all the games in our childhood. Think about the games that are like the, you know, the random Spyros. Think about the Ratchet and Clanks. Think about the Crash Bandicoots. Think about all these really old school IPs that we've grown to love because people just had a random fun vibe for gaming and they want to go check it on out. Like, look at Sonic. It's a random hedgehog, and then they introduced an emo hedgehog with Shadow. Like, bro, no one really knows what's going on in these games. That's what makes it fun, and that's what kind of makes Astro Bot fun. And I do think PlayStation did a lot of smart things with it. The game itself is just a fun, goofy, smooth, easy to watch game, and that's what I think what we want to have at the end of the day. It may not be everyone's best game ever, or this might even be a good game to even throw in as a PlayStation bundle. You know, you buy a console, you go get this game for free, maybe for PS Plus users down the route. To really have a chance to showcase up the actual console itself and show off how the game is going to work and all the frame rates and kind of having a proper fun game. And sometimes it's all you need to have. You don't need to have a game that's going to be a massive AAA game. You don't need to have something stupid, as long as you focus on having fun. And I think that's what PlayStation did. And you can even see the gameplay in the background. What is this? So you're finding a random, huge, massive monkey trying to go and solve puzzles and hopefully not get Androst. Little Star Fox reference for you guys out there. And, like, it's just fun. Like, it keeps your brain entertained, but this doesn't feel like it's the end of the world. If for some odd reason you mess up, whether it's for you or your kids or whatever, it's not the end of the world. And I think that's what gaming kind of needs in this day and age. So once again, they've been worried about IPs that they're not utilizing. They have all these dormant IPs like Killzone, which I do agree they should be doing something with. No reason not to, because why would you not? Seriously, why would you not? And as we kind of go and see PlayStation going through this is like the next era of PlayStation I want to see. I want them to try new IPs. And although Concord was a failure, don't get me wrong, I do appreciate that they did try. Now, does it deserve $200 million? No. Did I like their character models? Absolutely not. Whoever approved all of that was an idiot. Like, just telling how it is. But I don't want them to stop trying new games. Helldivers did phenomenal. Great game. This game, so far, everyone has been loving. Game of the Year candidate. Fantastic run. I love what PlayStation do with it. And this is kind of fun because this game did not cost $200 million at all. And it's also stemmed off another IP for the Astro's Playroom, which did relatively well, but it wasn't like the most well-received best game ever. But they saw people liked it, they saw the vibe was there, and they're like, hey, let's go throw some money, let's let these people go and cook and make something a little bit different, whether it's for us or the kids or whatever it might be. And that's another thing, too, is that a lot of video games, I feel like, kind of forget that there are games of every demographic. Now, if you're a grown man or woman, this may not be the game for you, but let's go and say you have a family. You maybe have kids, they want to have their very first ever console, and you don't want them only playing Minecraft and Roblox. You want to have them at least try to learn some stuff, problem solving, whatever. This might be a good game for them, you know? Like, I mean, maybe not for me as a grown man, but it's a cute, fun game that looks like a fun experience that I myself would almost want to check out. But once again, like, we need to instill these fun memories. We have to have things that are good for people. We don't have to have every game being stressful, like these Dark Souls games. Not every game has to be crazy cinematic. Not every game has to have a political statement. Sometimes you just want to go and beat up a monkey and break their teeth open as you're playing the game. So my kind of thoughts on Astro Bot, the game is cool. It's a fun, wholesome, nice, cool, cute game that everyone's seemingly loving. The reviews are great, the boxes are great, and you can totally see the heart and soul into it, especially with all the fun little PlayStation characters they work on in. This really is a good game, which is a homage for PlayStation as a whole, and kind of a reminder of if this is the future of PlayStation, I'm kind of for it. Not every game has to be crazy, as I said, and this is crazy in its own fun, goofy way where you can sit there and not get stressed out and enjoy your time playing it. And I think that's really what we need more of in this day and age, and I hope you guys would maybe go and agree. So I just want to show you guys my thoughts and comments on this one, because I do think this is phenomenal. Probably seems like it's worth a pickup, or at least wait for it to go on sale either, or I'm sure they'll do some sort of PS Plus promotion the next 2 years or so with it, in case you guys will be on the skeptical side. But this may not be the best game ever made ever, but I like the fact that it's something different at a good time, where I think an industry, especially PlayStation, just needs a little bit of a reset. So I want to hear your thoughts and comments and everything down below. I appreciate you guys all very much for watching. The original video link will be down below too as well. And just thank you guys for everything. Hope you guys will check out Astro Bot. Let me know if you guys liked it. Give me your thoughts and comments down below. You're all beautiful.